Population 208,501. And this is my beat. My name is Monday. And this is my lieutenant, Bays.
Yes, Lieutenant Bays.
Sorry.
And the whole crew here. Crimestoppers. Every Tuesday on WFNC. Back to you, David. Whoever David
Sorry.
is. That's okay.
I'm sorry for cutting out.
Well, I have all three of us on the screen here, and we are live on our podcast on Facebook and on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And so you sound pretty good there. I heard that come on, Kenny. All of a sudden, I thought, there's a TV show coming on. Where's it?
Well, I just try to, shake it up to where we're going, oh, it's Crimestoppers time.
It is Crimestoppers time, and on the screen right now, we'll pull you up by yourself. This is Sergeant Alpha Caldwell, soon to be lieutenant, because we've been pushing for it since day one.
Yes.
Do you know that Lieutenant Bogarty is Captain Bogarty now?
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Congratulations.
Yes.
Well deserved.
Okay. Well, look, you come in every Tuesday because you're a representative for the Fayetteville, Cumberland County Crimestoppers program. You're the liaison
Yes.
for it, and so you come in and bring us up to date. One crime that we've been talking about, you have some new information on,
Yes.
and so you want to update that. So you got something from the city and something from the county.
Yes.
Go.
From the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office, they're seeking the public's assistance with any information related to the shooting death of Keith Gordon. It occurred on November the 11th, 2022, at approximately 11:10 p.m. along the 2200 block of Yasmin Avenue. On November the 25th, Keith Gordon, he succumbed to his injuries. Anybody with any information, if you have anything, if you've heard something, saw something, please contact Crimestoppers at 910-483-TIPS for any information related to the shooting death of Keith Gordon that occurred on November the 11th, 2022, along the 2200 block of Yasmin Avenue.
All right, so that's
Okay.
one.
And then-
now the other one is one that we've been
Yes.
kind of featuring here for a little bit, but we're going to continue to feature it because you've got some new developments.
Yes, so we have some new information. It was related to the shooting death of Tavon Dante Adams. It occurred on July the 7th, 2025, at approximately 2:02 a.m. along the 400 block of Slim Circle. And at the end of investigation has revealed that there is a vehicle of interest. It is a gray 2007 Ford Focus with a clear coat on the roof that appears to be fading. There's no hubcaps, dark tinted windows, and the gas tank cover is missing. Anybody with any information, if you know the vehicle, the occupants of the vehicle, to the vehicle, or the shooting death of Tavon Dante Adams that occurred on July the 7th, 2025, along the 400 block of Slim Circle, is asked to contact Crimestoppers at 910-483-TIPS.
Now, you mentioned there was a clear coat that seems to be fading. Can you explain that to folks? Because some folks don't know what clear coat is.
So it looks like a glossy coat on the top of the vehicle, but it looks like it's fading off of the vehicle, basically.
Yeah, and no hubcaps.
No hubcaps.
Now,
the windows are tinted, dark tint on the windows, and the gas tank the cover is missing.
is this the one where the family members say some rocks were thrown and he came outside, or is that a different one?
I think that was a different one.
Okay,
Yeah, that's a different
one. All right, so you have these two.
Yes.
This one happened in the city.
Yes.
And talk about what the reward is that's different because this incident happened in the city as opposed to county.
Yes. So any investigation that is any homicide or crime that's being investigated by the Fayetteville Police Department, you're eligible for a tip reward up to $5,000. If it is a crime that is being investigated by another agency other than the Fayetteville Police Department, for example, Cumberland County Sheriff's Office, Spring Lake, Hope Mills, any other agency, you have a reward eligible for up to $2,000. So if the Fayetteville Police Department's investigating, reward up to $5,000. Any other agency, up to $2,000 for an award.
And tell us how that came about.
And the city council and the mayor came together and said, hey, to help combat violent crime in our city, they put forward an additional $3,000 to any crime that is violent crime that is solved, or any information that is provided by the citizens of Fayetteville. They will put an additional $3,000 to make the reward $5,000. That leads to an arrest or a charge in a violent crime.
And and that's important to bring out because you have some people who say, I have to wait for them to get a conviction. It may be 2 or 3 years before I even get any. Why bother? But that's not true.
Correct. If you provide any information that leads to an arrest or a charge of an individual, you've contacted Crimestoppers. So let's go ahead and reiterate this part as well. If there's a crime that just occurred and you have information for that crime, you need to contact Crimestoppers. If you wind up contacting the detective, immediately proceeding talking to a detective, you need to contact Crimestoppers. If that information is not provided to Crimestoppers, you're not going to be eligible for a reward. Once that information is provided, an arrest or a charge is obtained, you are eligible for that award.
And that's an important point to make, that if you give the information to a Fayetteville police officer or an investigator,
Yes.
you're not eligible. But
Yes.
you want to remain anonymous. And talk about why that's so important.
So, a lot of people have information. People may see something, but they're afraid to say something. And this gives you the opportunity or the safe place to be able to provide that information and be anonymous, to where you will not have to testify in court related to the information that you provided, because there's no way to track who you are. So if you have information, you can call Crimestoppers at 910-483-TIPS. You can upload the P3 app and provide that information. You will be anonymous. There's no way to identify you. Once that information, you provide that tip information, we're just going to go into how you do it. You provide the tip information. I will then receive that tip, and whatever agency is investigating it, that tip will be provided to that investigating agency. If that tip leads to an arrest or a charge, you will be notified that the Crimestoppers board members will be voting on to whether to approve your tip. Once they approve your tip, the Crimestoppers board members approve your tip, you will be notified, hey, your tip has been approved. You'll be notified how much, and you will be given an ID number to take with you to the bank. When you go to the bank to retrieve your reward, give them that tip number. Do not give them ID. Do not give them your name. Do not give anything identifying you or who you are. You simply go to the teller. I'm here to pick up my tip reward, Crimestoppers reward. Here's my tip ID number. They will retrieve the cash and provide it to you with reward in hand, cash in hand.
Yeah, and that's a pretty simple thing to do. You just
Yes.
go in and make it happen, and you get your money. Now, we've talked about, not only talking about Crimestoppers when you're here, but we also want to talk about other things that you have going on in the police department, because the sheriff's office does that as well.
So something I wanted to highlight this morning, just to let citizens know, that the Citizens Police Academy is coming up. And this is something that is offered by the Fayetteville Police Department. And it's just a way of informing you and showing you, hey, this is what the Fayetteville Police Department does. It starts, you can register now, and it's going to be every Tuesday, April the 14th to June the 23rd, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Fayetteville Police Department's Training Center. You'll have an opportunity to meet your the training staff, the command staff. You'll be having an opportunity to see different entities within the department and how they work. So just educating you and you finding out, okay, this is what the police department does, how they do it, and the services that they provide. So again, that registration starts now. And the classes will begin April the 14th through June the 23rd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can register at faypd.com.
Okay, before we get you out of here, once again, we have two crimes that we are highlighting as Crimestoppers Crimes of the Week for WFNC. Give us nuts and bolts on both of them.
Cumberland County Sheriff's Office seeking information on the shooting death of Keith Gordon that occurred on November the 11th, 2022 along the 2200 block of Yasmin Avenue. Anybody with any information for the shooting death of Keith Gordon, please contact Crimestoppers. The Fayetteville Police Department is seeking any information into the shooting death of Tavon Dante Adams that occurred July the 7th, 2025 along the 400 block of Slim Circle. There is a vehicle of interest. It is a gray 2007 Ford Focus with a clear coat on the roof that's fading. There's no hubcaps. The vehicle has dark tinted windows, and the gas tank cover is missing from the vehicle. Anybody with any information to the shooting death or in the occupants or anything related to that vehicle, please contact Crimestoppers at 910-483-TIPS.
All right, Sergeant Caldwell, always a pleasure to have you here on every Tuesday, and you'll be back next week. And what we'll do is we'll highlight one of those crimes of the week throughout the week during our newscast to make sure we continue to get information out, and maybe you'll get a tip and be able to solve one or both of those crimes.
Yes.
All right, you're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. Right now, we've got Fayetteville's most dependable. No, we're going to go to CBS 17 News right now.
Good morning from the CBS 17 newsroom. I'm Bill Young. Happening today, there is a feedback session in Fayetteville.
I'm not taking pictures 'cause I'm sick.
Public safety.
I'm gonna just pound your fist.
Two sessions from the new Office of Community Safety. Today's session is
Jonathan. Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm okay. And, you know, I was in bed Saturday and Sunday, and the doctor called me and said, you need to get back down there because you got pneumonia in both lungs and want to give you another antibiotics. Yeah. I don't have a fever or anything. I'm good. I'm not contagious, so we're good.
As long as you're good.
All right.
You feel better.
We'll see.
Okay. Who then came to pick her up, leaving behind the car a McLean. Happening today, a very full agenda for Governor Stein. He is headed to Western North Carolina, where he'll talk about ongoing rebuilding efforts after Hurricane Helene. He'll also go to rural Clay County, right near Tennessee, to learn how the opioid settlement funds are helping addicts and prevent deadly overdoses. And then it's on to Cherokee, where he'll talk about initiatives to recruit and retain law enforcement officers. A Fayetteville native making waves behind the scenes in a film called King Boulevard. Prince produced all of the music in the Amazon Prime and Tubi movie. The film follows a young man who attempts to transform his community into a place that truly honors Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s vision. This isn't Purpose's first time, though, on the streaming screen. He's made other projects
Lamont!
On places like
I saw him out there.
From the CBS 17 newsroom, I'm Bill Young.
Today will be another mainly sunny but cool day with a high of 45 degrees. Overnight will be
How you doing, sir?
with a low of 21 and
Good morning.
I believe it's my first time seeing you.
Yeah, come on in. I have double pneumonia, but I'm not contagious.
Trending warmer, but that is ahead of an active end to the week and start to the weekend. It is possible we have wintry precipitation this weekend. We'll of course keep you updated on this developing forecast. That is your favorite forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much. 28 degrees. We've been holding steady all morning here in Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and also in Godwin. You're listening to News Talk 640 with WFNC.
This report is sponsored by Sandstone Health and Rehabilitation.
So with a threat of some precipitation this weekend, there's a threat of power outages. We can talk about that a little bit. If you're okay with that? Yeah. And